Hello guys, NautoAce here, and I want to give my thoughts on the state of play that happened on March 9th, 2022. And it's all about Japanese games, which my preferred type of games, anime, waifu, fan service, JRPG, or Japanese games. For me personally, I actually like this state of play because, like I said, it's everything Japanese games, which I like. So with that said, I'm going to give my thoughts on the game that they showcase. Even the one that I'm less interested, but I'll give my thoughts anyway. I'll try. So with that said, I'm going to do this in order, the same as what the presentation did. So the first thing they showed was from Capcom, a futuristic exosuit battle with dinosaurs. So this one looks like a action game, sort of a horde mode architect, kind of like Gears of War games. So they call it Exo Primo. Looks actiony. It works in the re-engine. So again, you can tell how the graphic and the frame rate was pretty good. It's going to come out in March of 2023. It looks like it's going to be only in powerful console, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, no Switch, of course, and of course it's also in PC. But like I said, no Switch, probably, the deal. The power, again, even so, Monster Hunter's Rise is running by the re-engine, but to some extent, look at the game, it's on 60 frames, so it's pretty good there. So, more gameplay of Ghostwire Tokyo, first-person action game by Shinji Mikami, exclusive to the PlayStation 5. And of course, this game is actually owned by Microsoft. If you know the story with Bethesda, ZeniMax, and Tango, that's his company, Shinji Mikami. Why is it a PlayStation exclusive? I have no idea. So they showed more gameplay. For me personally, not really interested because it's first person. I'm out of it. So anyway, moving from that is a new trailer for Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. A new demo is coming out, and this was actually a real demo, not a beta demo, because for this demo, you can get it for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series XS, PC. And the best part here, what kind of Square Enix did with Triangle Strategy is the demo can be moved to the full game. I wish this should be a standard in the long run. I know some people don't like it, but the majority of people, they like it because for time reasons, so I like it. So if I have a chance, I'm going to try out the demo. So more gameplay about Forspoken, another PlayStation exclusive. Looks interesting. I need more info about it. Wasn't really into for this particular game. I heard it's going to come out fall of 2022. They needed more time to fix the game, so that's cool there. So the next one, I am to some extent interested. Even so, this one is a first-person shooter. Yeah, so Gundam Evolution is a free-to-play game for powerful consoles, so it doesn't look like it's on the Switch. And what it is what I call it is Halo Infinite Gundam Edition. Yes, folks, for people who are a fan of first-person shooter, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, Infinite, that type of genre, Gundam's gonna do their own version. And yeah, it's a first-person shooter set in the Gundam world. So you might say, really? Why? I thought it's all about controlling robot, which they do have it, battle, operation. Oh, I prefer like front mission, strategy game, Super Robot War. Of course, Super Robot War 30 is on Steam for the NTSC version. So now, why not do a genre of first-person shooter with Gundam? It looks good, 60 frame, moves fast, it's not a janky robot movement. Like, they're actually moving like a Halo Spartan. So, for me personally, I'm not going to try because, like I said, I can't really play first-person shooter just because it's Gundam. I do like watching Gundam anime. I am interested with the Gundam franchise, but first-person shooter, no bueno for me. But definitely, it might bring some people who are Gundam fans and also first-person shooter fans, or better yet, Halo fans. So think about it, Halo in Mecha Suit, first-person shooter. Just saying that. So moving from that one, this one's a big one for me. I think it's one of the best showcase ever for the state of play is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Kawabanga Collection, launching this year for all systems, including the Switch. First I said, wait, why are they showing TMNT? They already showed TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which is a new version of the beat 'em up based on the TMNT arcade. Of course, you get to play as April and Splinter, and of course that was developed by .mu. But this one I'm like, no, they're showing the TMNT arcade, TMNT Turtles in Time arcade, the NES TMNT the arcade game for the NES, Tournament Fighter TMNT for the Super Nintendo, and TMNT for the Game Boy. And then all of a sudden I'm like, holy moly, I can't believe Konami is actually going to release the retro 8-bit, 16-bit, 4-bit, whatever, the 90s TMNT game in a collection. So that's awesome. So the impossible became impossible, because if you know the history in the past with Konami and TMNT, first of all, they don't have the license. So the reason why it's impossible to some extent, in the past, a lot of people, including myself, believe that, like I said, impossible was during the Wii times when the Virtual Console was a big thing. Konami actually released the first TMNT for the Virtual Console. However, it was $6 rather than $5. That's supposed to be the MSRP for those NES Virtual Console games. Konami at the time said they had to renew the license in order to use the game, and that cost them a lot of money, so that's why they decided to do it. And there was even a rumor they were planning to put in the second game in the Virtual Console. Never happened due to license issue and cost. They just said, forget it. To a point that even Iwata said that, the downside with the Virtual Console is, and even as of right now is, we can't provide Virtual Consoles that are based on licensed media, such as, say, Batman, Superman, The Simpsons, TMNT, Marvel, whatever. It's a little tricky. That's why a lot of these indie arcade titles are delisted because of that reason. So what's the deal with this one? How come the impossible became possible? Probably credit to Nickelodeon. For people don't know, Nickelodeon, Viacom, they own the right for TMNT. That's the reason why in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, they have TMNT characters there, because they own the rights. So my guess here is that Nickelodeon was probably chipping in the cost. They're probably the one that's doing it more, and Konami is just doing the development. So they're not even, probably they're just giving permission for the game, but they do own the game to some extent, but not the license, but the game. And I think they said Digital Eclipse is doing the development. Nickelodeon's probably doing the funding, which is again good. And the best part for this one is 4 games will have online features. So this anniversary collection, Konami collection, actually has online. The previous one, they don't. I think the arcade one has online board, but the rest, which is, it's an offline game. Yes. So the online is TMNT the arcade, TMNT Turtles in Time the arcade, TMNT the Hyper Stone Geist, and the best part is TMNT Tournament Fighter for the SNES has online. So good or bad, who knows, but oh boy, this one's probably the best one that I like. So kudos to Konami and to Nickelodeon. We'll see if they'll start doing games again, not on mobile, not pachinko, but real games. Anyway, enough of that hype. The next one they showed is Gigabash, basically a multiplayer kaiju battle game. So it's basically like a Godzilla type of game, which is fine. So it is what it is. Moving from that one, an improved version of JoJo Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R. Yes, the original one was on the PlayStation 3 360. So what it is an improved version, but they're adding more characters in the game. And of course, they showcase more of the Stone Ocean arc, which is Jolie Kujo, which is the daughter of Jotaro Kujo. But they also showcase the next arc for that one, believe it or not. I don't know what it is. I know it's a sailor, but it takes place during World War II, but that's a different story though. But yeah, so an improved version of a HD era game with more characters. And then move from that one, another sort of an indie title, Trek to Yomi, looks like a samurai game. That's all they showed, so not much really, so I don't know about it, but it's there. The next one is Returnal Ascension, which is kind of funny because this one's not really a Japanese game. I think it was developed in the West, but I don't know why they put it here, but whatever, it was mostly Japanese game, so I'm not complaining. Returnal Ascension going to have an update that's going to have co-op, and they call it the Tower of Cepheus. Again, I don't know what that is. Don't have the game, don't have a PS5. Hopefully by the end of 2022, because right now it's still shit to get a PS5. Apparently Target had a PS5, but within seconds they were gone, so whatever, it is what it is. So, closing this State of Play Japanese Games Edition is 2 games, new IP from Square Enix. So first is the Dio Field Chronicles. It's going to be in all platforms, including Switch. And it's sort of, I'm going to say, a lot of people did say Final Fantasy Tactics, but it's more of an RTS style, like Command & Conquer, or better yet in the Japanese side, Ground Lancer, or Phantom Brave, a Nippon Ichi game. So it's a type of game there's more like tactical arena rather than grid. So, but again, looks good for what it is. Doesn't look like demanding. That's what's also on the Switch. And then closing this one, the last game, another new IP from Square Enix, or technically a new installment of the popular franchise. Valkyrie Elysium will be on the PS4, PS5, and PC. Yes, this one, for interesting reason, is a PlayStation exclusive. And for people who don't know what that is, it's the Valkyrie Profile franchise, which has been a PlayStation known for it, for that console. Valkyrie Profile 1, 2, I think it was on the PSP, PS1. I played the game, the PlayStation 1, but not that much. So it is a popular game from what I understand. So the new improved version looks like it's a hack and slash for this one. So pretty good. So sort of a new IP there, or a sequel to a popular franchise. So those are my thoughts on the State of Play Japanese edition. So for me personally, I love it. A lot of Japanese game. It seems a lot of people just said it was meant to, because, maybe they prefer Western game. I don't know. It's none of my business. But for me personally, the games they announced was awesome. I like it. So I'm going to give it a 2 thumbs up there. So those are my thoughts. Pretty awesome. So with that, I'll see you guys later.